Okay, so to do a mail merge, we're going to need to do just a couple quick things. The first thing is we're going to need a spreadsheet that has all the information we want to include in our email. So I've already done that, but I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So depending on what you want to communicate to the families, you may need different columns, but you'll notice I have the guardian salutation, their last name, their email, the student name, the class that they're being taught, and then I'm using this idea of like you wanting to email families about absences. So how many absences they currently have. Perhaps you want to tell them out of how many classes they've gone to, and then what their current grade is. So maybe this is all the information you want to send to every family, but you don't want to have to write each of these emails. So you would do this for each student. So, right, so you might have a Mrs. Kite whose email is kite@gmail.com, right? So you would do this for every student. They'd each get their own row for as many students as you'd like to contact. Then you just save this spreadsheet onto wherever you'd like on your computer. You just want to note these titles at the top, these row headers, because that's how we're going to write our email. So once we have our spreadsheet kind of filled in, or perhaps you write the email first and then you fill in the spreadsheet, it doesn't really matter. You just have to do both things. You'd go into Word and you'd write your template email. So here is the start of a template email. So you'll notice like anywhere where I wanted to have personalized information, I've replaced it with these kind of brackets. So like, good evening, Mr. Stevenson, I put in guardian salutation, guardian last name. So this would mean it's going to change this for every kid. And then same thing, my name is so-and-so, I am students class taught, so maybe it's advanced theater teacher. And I just go through and again, anywhere I want there to be personalized information, I just put it in with brackets with the column headers. I try some tips are like I try to avoid using pronouns in my email. So you'll see a lot of like student name versus he, she's. So that way I don't have to worry about like, am I supposed to be saying she or her or hers, those kind of things. I just keep coming back to the student's name. And so once you have written your template email that you want to send to everybody, and you have your spreadsheet already linked, so you go into mailings, you go to start mail merge, and you're going to hit email messages. So it's going to look like this. And so it kind of brings it in. And then the next thing is you're going to want to select recipients. And because you put it into a spreadsheet, you're going to use an existing list. And you're just going to find that spreadsheet you already built. So a copy of example merge for me. Okay, that's the sheet because I didn't put any sheets in it. And then the first row is column headers. Yep, that's definitely true because I put in those titles at the top. So I just hit OK. And so now here's where the mail merge happens. So you just highlight. There's a couple different ways to do this, but the way I do it is I just highlight the thing that I want to be personalized. And then I hit insert merge field. And you'll notice all those column headers are in here now. So that's guardian salutation. So I click it and I know it got updated because it went from a bracket to the two little arrows thing. And so I do this for each time I had one of these going on. So guardian last name, and I would just keep going. I could maybe match fields if I want to. You can play with that, but this is the way I do it. And I just go through my email and I just highlight and I click. And then I just make sure that I did all of them by hitting this preview results button. So you'll notice it changed the brackets to Mr. Stevenson, but it didn't change the other ones because I didn't change those to the mail merge field. So you can check to make sure that all of them are going to go through. If there's more than one person on your list, you can check through each email and just see that they're all kind of being updated correctly. And then you can hit this check for errors question if you really want to make sure that you're doing it right before you send it. And then you say simulate the merge and report errors in a new document. So that would kind of tell you if you have any issues. And then when you're done, you would just hit finish and merge, and you're going to hit send email messages. So that's going to send them to, and then you would pick, I want them to send to the guardian email. You get to choose what you want that email subject line to be. You know, maybe it's update on student progress and attendance. And then send records to all, which would mean it goes through every row of your spreadsheet. And then you would hit OK. And it just sent them. And you saw it went really quickly through those names at the top. And in a couple seconds, I actually should receive one of these emails because I sent it to myself. So let's take a gander on if this is actually going to send it to me. And yep, I just went into my Outlook and I have this email from Mr. Stevenson. So it links automatically to the Outlook that you have set up on your computer. And it sent me this email. So that's how you do a mail merge. You need Outlook set up on your computer. You can't just go through the web browser. And then you're going to need to build a spreadsheet and a Word document. But it goes really quickly once you get started, especially if you're trying to write 50 emails. Just copying and pasting the same email and changing out the words is so time consuming. This is a quicker way to do that. So hope this video helps with that